Saturday morning, October 7th. The sun hasn't yet had time to shine when a great darkness descended on Israel. Rays of light brings the stories of the heroic women from the day the earth was painted red. Alina Maester.
We bought the tickets to the party 6 months in advance. I drove there with 3 friends and we had the best time. Everyone was dancing and enjoying themselves, and we were really at our peak. Suddenly, the DJ went off stage, the music stopped. Someone came up to the stage with a megaphone and said, "Red alert, the party is over. Evacuate fast." Everyone started running. The rockets were like raindrops. A bit to the right, a bit to the left. You don't know where they'll hit. At this stage, we understand that it won't help us to lay flat with our hands covering our heads. That's not what's happening. We have to get out of there, fast. In a split-second decision, I got into Limor Vaknin's car and not with the friend who I had come to the party with. It was against my instinct, but the minute she asked me to come with her, it was clear to me that she wouldn't drive off alone. Each of us gets into the car and we start to drive. The rockets were whistling overhead. At this stage, Limor gets scared as well and says, "Let's stop at the portable shelter." We just managed to get into the shelter and boom, a rocket hits the car. Debris flies into the shelter and I'm hit in the right leg. And we think that's it. We survived. I mean, wow, what a miracle just happened to us. 2 minutes later, 2 guys came into the shelter. They're bleeding, very frightening, Gal and Sefi. They say that their car was hit by a rocket and they suffered shrapnel wounds. We welcome them as if it's our home. It's okay. You're in a safe place. There's blood, but you'll survive. As I'm speaking, I don't remember if it was Gal or Sefi. I think it was Sefi. He put a finger to his mouth and motioned to me to be quiet. Within a second, many pickup trucks go by. Motorcycles with non-stop automatic gunfire. And we understand, without knowing what's happening outside, the terrorists are going from shelter to shelter and they're just shooting the people inside. And we hear steps. We understand that someone is coming inside, that it's a terrorist. Me, at this stage, I'm totally out of me, with my face to the wall, unable even to look. Suddenly I hear Sefi and Gal screaming, just running towards them. With bare hands, they just rush them and push them outside the shelter. I don't know how they had the courage. They just looked at each other and coordinated with their eyes. And we hear the automatic gunfire. And then the screaming stops. We understand that they're no longer alive. We are trembling in fear. We realize that now the terrorists will come into the shelter and shoot us. But he doesn't come in. It seems that Gal and Sefi, while rushing him, made him think that they were there alone. Limor and I continue to hug each other. I'm holding her more, and she has her arms wrapped around me. And then we hear footsteps again. This time we understand that this is the end, that's it. And the terrorist comes in, points the weapon at us and just shoots 4 bullets at point-blank range. I feel a hard, crazy boom, and it feels like as if he just shot through me. In my understanding, I'm dead. Later, I understood that At this stage, I lost consciousness, and that a grenade has also been thrown at us. Limor, who was severely injured, thought that I had died, and with her last bit of strength, texts to her family. There are terrorists outside. I can't speak. I'm absolutely terrified. Tell everyone that I love them. They murdered everybody. They threw a grenade at us. I'm bleeding to death. An hour later, I regained consciousness and discovered that Limor was no longer alive. Again, I hear footsteps. I just hold my breath. I understand that if I want to appear dead, I have to be with my eyes open because Limor had her eyes open. The terrorists came in, and I think that the sight of the grenades and Limor's body, and that I'm bleeding from my head and back, convinced him that he has nothing more to do in the shelter. And he exits. He doesn't confirm the kill. He just goes out and stays outside the shelter, as if he's waiting for a lift and smoked a cigarette. And I hear him getting into the pickup trucks, and they drive away. 5 hours later, I hear the words, engaged, and I hear the words, is there anyone here alive? And I answer quietly, me, because I'm scared, and I don't know if it's the right thing to answer or not. I look at their faces and see they're 3 handsome soldiers with kind eyes. I say to them, do I need to run? And they stand there, the 3 of them, around me and say, no, you need to walk at our pace. I lift my head and I get a glimpse of the road. And the road is littered with bodies. There's so much that I don't know. I don't know why I survived, while others didn't. But I know that a small part of what I can do is to talk about it. To talk about heroism shown by Sefi and Gal, about Limor's hug, about the soldiers who came to save me at 12:35 while there were still battles being fought outside. All of these are God's own angels. They saved me. Without them, my story would have ended there.